what is it with that filthy outfit? There is no way a rune hunter... Ah! You must have received an order to blend in with the rune hunter. If you're finished disguising yourself, you should hurry. We're withdrawing from this location. Where have all the researchers gone? This is not the time for this, no matter how much I look at it. I can't get used to that outfit. Anyway, I haven't finished changing yet. So also, ensure to thoroughly check that the researchers collected the
The pendant Prince Lovia has in his possession is proof of... The pendant Prince Lovia has in his possession is proof of his lineage of the Triya royal family. Triya traditionally worship the goddess of emotion, Spica, and the god of prosperity, Seftar, and members of the Triya royal family follow and succeed.
In the past, Favina once told you that Lovia's pendant is a symbol of Triya's bloodline, and that the person holding this pendant is worthy of remembrance. Monda found out you were leaving for Advina, and said that the situation in Advina wasn't that great, and that if you really wanted to go, you should take something that might come in handy. Currently, Advina didn't have enough. Bella said that Advina is made up of useless people from the 11 nations of Trom, and complained that a burglar stole some items from her. You found Bella's items for her, but she suspected you of taking some of the items. You regretted. You found Aileen's study notes and returned them to her. He took a glance at the notes before returning. Gilsey was worried about Danny, who he hadn't seen in the sanctuary recently. Despite his concerns, Danny was smiling at the pile of collectible silver coins that he had put together at the extension lot. He was grateful that he would be safe from the plague, thanks to the myrrh tree leaves you brought. Littre felt guilty that his friend and girlfriend were turned into monsters with the experiment of the pagans because he took them to join the Redonimo. So he asked you to get their belongings and take them above ground. You took their belongings, and as you waited for the cremation, you recalled all of the deaths you have witnessed. Pagan Roner seemed to think that you were a Redonimo believer, posing as a rune hunter. He asked you to do a last-minute check to see whether the researchers got all the confidential documents. You looked through all the archives, but you couldn't find anything.
This is an item that belongs to the Trier Royals. But how come you are in possession of this pendant? The pendant Prince Lovia has in his possession is proof of his lineage of the Trier royal family. Trier... A pagan test subject dropped it? That's impossible. This pendant belongs to Prince Lovia. He carried it with him all the time. Wait. Does that mean Prince Lovia fell to the pagans? There's not many who know that Prince Lovia is alive. How did the pagans know? This must never be disclosed to anyone else. Since the rune barrier has been restored, it would be best to leave Advina for the time being. One of our camps is located in the Nibis Mountains. There's too many ears around here, so let us talk there.
You're leaving? Well, I can't stop you. In the end, it's your decision. If you had visited during peacetime, do you think we could have spent some more time together? I've taken a liking to you. I thought we could become good friends. I suppose it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it was great getting to know you. Don't worry about the village. You've done your best.
As the plagued ones disappeared along with the pagans, the people of Advina began to find peace and started rebuilding their settlement. They will soon be able to enjoy life as it was before. You headed to Nivis Mountains, following the guide Favina sent. The tombstone you found along the way stated that the mountaintop is the closest point to the sky. Following those words, you climbed to the sky along a steep slope. Nivis Mountains is a place where snowstorms fall all year long and is known as the most dangerous area in Bellatus. As the path became more and more difficult, you found yourself wanting to know every detail about the mountains.
By the looks of it, you look like a rune hunter. Are you headed to the militia camp? I was told that the road here would be rough and to be careful. In the moment, all I could think about was surviving, so I just ran. If you can, could you deliver it for me? I'm not confident I can go any further.
It's good to see that you made it. This is... I don't know where to start. Can you give me a minute to think?
Something strange was going on in Advina. Unexpectedly, you and Pan were threatened with weapons by the guards of Advina, but you were able... Havis said they were having a hard time because of the plague that started invading residences, and asked whether you would like to help out if you were staying in Advina. You didn't pay attention to the pagan that followed you to the sanctuary, and the pagan suddenly turned into a bizarre, diseased creature. You followed the soldiers and met the mysterious man you had met in Calicorda. He introduced himself as Favina Traya, and he said he came... Liche said that Favina was Advina's savior, and that he had built the rune barrier with the soldiers to protect Advina from the plague. Favina said that the pagans seemed to have something to do with the plague, and asked you to investigate in secret. Favina said that his soldiers were rebuilding the rune barrier and couldn't help you, and he had to stay in the village to relieve the anxiety of the residents. So Favina asked you to investigate the experiments of the pagans. You reached the deepest location of the cave and defeated the brilliant Baptist. Favina was astonished that Prince Lovia was a subject of the pagan experiments, and
You must be the one the captain brought with him. I'm Liam, the advisor. Most of our soldiers were nearly killed off by the plague, since they were saved by the captain's generosity. You do realize that you wouldn't have made it out of Calicorda without... That's why you must help him. And you're gonna regret it if you have any other intentions.
Liam, can't you be nicer to our guest? Your tone is so cold that even I nearly froze up. Nice to meet you, Rune Hunter. I'm Erix, the drill master of this camp. How was your trip over here? You don't show it, but I'm sure you're tired. You should get some rest. for something like that to happen to the traitor? Many soldiers were shivering because of the cold.
I had expected it to be cold when we left Advina. But this frigid weather is really clearing up my mind. But I still don't recall anything from my past. I hope that the mysterious power within Nivis Mountains will help us all.
You already seem a bit discouraged. Don't mind Liam. He didn't mean anything by what he said. We've had a lot of trouble settling down here due to the rough terrains of the Nivis Mountains, along with the local Glachi tribe. And it seems like Liam hasn't recovered from the wounds he received during that time. Please try to understand. Anyway, the captain is looking for you. It seems...
I think it's time for you to hear my long story. Please talk to me when you are ready. I believe you guessed it already, but I am the Prince of Trier and the stepson of King Alden. I competed against Levia for the throne, but I was at a disadvantage in every way. After all, I did not inherit the true bloodline of Trier. I was expelled to Bellatus by Queen Romalda. And since then, I hid here while searching for King Alden, who may be somewhere in Bellatus. But then, 10 years ago, the Trom Alliance began their expedition of Bellatus. I followed the shadows of the war and reached the field where the Alliance was fighting among themselves. And that's where I witnessed it. An armored man, summoning something to curse the lands. Everyone around that man struggled in pain from the plague and slowly died. That is how Bellatus became the land of the plague. The man then took the defeated Prince Levia and disappeared. Since then, I have been tracking down this man. His name is Salvus. I have no clue about his motives, but he is the one who continues to spread the plague in Bellatus. That is why I organized the militia, to fight against Salvus, and to seek clues about his whereabouts in Bellatus. And I found out that one of the sacred arms, which is the container for a god's power, was in Nivis Mountains. And that Salvus uses the power of Vesper, the god of disease, contained within the sacred arms to spread the plague. From the recent pagan incident in Advina, it became certain that he is the mastermind behind the Redanimo pagans. The only one who knows what happened to Levia and is connected to the plague is Salvus. I believe he is turning Redanimo into a massive legion of plagued in order to attack Trom one day. We are planning to find the sacred arms to contain the plague and to eliminate Salvus and Redanimo. After hearing the news, I went to Calicorta, but Prince Levia was already gone when I arrived. Even though we fought against each other for the throne, Levia is still my brother. I didn't expect him to fall like this because of Salvus.
Captain, it's the Glachis again.
Very well. I'll think of something. That is why I'm determined to bring down Salvus and put an end to this tragedy. If you're interested, I want you to join the militia and help our cause.
The Glotchists are attacking the expansion camp. I assume I don't have... William and Eric's will accompany you. Hurry and make the necessary preparations.